Hello everyone, Janis Kalafats here, and together we'll learn more about the Mediterranean cuisine and diet. Previously, we saw how to make two different versions of sweet pumpkin pie. One was in a tart, however, that particular one is not very traditional in Greece to have a tart. We use Filo instead, and as we saw how to make the sweet Greek version, today we'll make a savory one. Again with Filo in a beautiful tray. I'll be crispy, juicy, and super tasty. Now most people do it with zucchini or with there's a spinach pie. There's different versions of it. However, as it is spooky month and Halloween, we have a lot of leftovers from our pumpkins. Preferably, I would recommend the slightly bigger than that and not a very big one, jack-o'-lantern size, because the biggest version hasn't got much flavor into it. I'm only using those just because they're I had them for decoration, so just gonna utilize them instead of waste them. So the recipe, you can find it on yanniskalafatis.com, our website, or link will be down in the description. And let's see how to do it. Let's start with a tiny one. It hasn't got much to offer, but I prefer using it rather than just waste it. So we gotta trim all the sides. And we're just gonna cut in half and use a spoon to remove all the seeds. And I will do the same with the rest of our pumpkins. Okay, so as soon as we've got all of our pumpkins ready, peeled and seeded, we're gonna grate them on the biggest size on your grater. Okay, so here we have chopped some onion, some spring onion, some garlic. The garlic just crushed and break it apart. And here we've got all of our pumpkins grated. It's quite a big amount, but then it depends how much you want to do. So just because of this amount, I've got our big pot. And we'll literally turn it on, add some olive oil. You can skip this part for the pie, it's not necessary. But for me, like if you do it on the pan with a little bit of olive oil or some fat, will give some nice flavor. You don't want to cook the pumpkin, just want to give it a nice aroma and sweat it a little bit with the fat, and then we'll cool down and see how we're gonna prepare our pie. Now we will start with our veggie. Ooh, this beautiful aroma. Every time I will keep saying the same. When you're cooking with garlic and onion and olive oil, yeah, the smell, man. Amazing. So now we will go with our pumpkin. And mix it with the onions and the garlic. We want those flavors. And as you can see, while we were sweating it down, you'll see that it has reduced a bit in volume. That's because all the juices are released and it just shrinks down with the heat as well. And now, while our pan is really hot, we'll use some white wine. So here's our pumpkin. It has spent a bit of time in the pan. We deglaze with some wine. It's not fully cooked, it's half cooked. Now we're gonna transfer it to our bowl, and then we'll leave it to cool down, and we will work on our filo. Alright, so here we've got our tray. Again, the quantity you can change it yourself. So we will get a little cup and we'll put quite a little bit of olive oil there. And we'll get some on our tray here, and then we're gonna use a brush. We're gonna spread it everywhere on the tray. And here we start. So we've got our filo here. So if you have any broken or destroyed like that, just leave it on the side and we'll use it in the end as a lid. We get our filo and we'll do the first layer. We want some to go outside of the tray, so we'll be able to fold it in the end. And we're gonna get our brush, dip it in the oil, and literally spring it, but without touching the actual filo pastry. You wanna use quite a lot. There you go. So if you brush it instead of sprinkling with olive oil, the filo pastry will stick together. And now we're gonna get another layer, and we're gonna put the other way, horizontally. Press it very gently, not a lot. And then we're gonna do the same. In total, we'll need to do at least 5 layers. Okay, so here we've got 5 layers of our filo pastry. This is the completely broken one. We'll use it as a lid because obviously we're gonna fold those. So we'll just need something for the middle. We're gonna leave it on the side and we're gonna push the tray on the back. We'll start preheating our oven 180 degrees, and at the same time we're gonna prepare our mix and our pie. Okay, so here we've got all our ingredients in the bowl. We're gonna give it a nice mix. Obviously it's very important that the mix has cooled down, otherwise you're gonna make scrambled eggs. So here we have our beautiful smelling mix. Check our recipe again for all the ingredients, and we're gonna go into our pie, starting off the corners. Push a little bit the corners, remove all the air bubbles from right the corner there. Not too much, you don't want to break your filo pastry. And then we're gonna press it down nice and evenly. We're gonna get our broken pastry, place it on top kind of straight, however we're just gonna give a shape like that. That's what my grandmother used to do, and in the end when it's cooked it will look a bit crispy on top and wavy and it's super nice. Make sure we get all the layers, fold them back in. like that. Up, press down. As we have closed it and fold it, now we can brush it. So a bit over. Now by brushing it also, apart from the crispiness that will offer, the leaves will stick together until they're cooked. That'll help it a bit stay in place. There you go. Give it a little bit of a heat on the bottom so there's no air bubbles in the corners and it's nice and even. Before we go into the oven, we'll sprinkle with some, if you want you can use sesame seeds, however I don't have, so I'm gonna use some flax seeds. No, actually, sorry, linseed seeds, because they're beautiful and crunchy once they're toasted. So sprinkle it very well. Leave it on the side. And now we're gonna get a serrated knife, quite sharp. And what we want to do is you wanna cut it before the cooking. That will help it cook faster as well. Better airflow. You don't wanna cut it completely and damage your tray. Still a little bit. Obviously you can go bigger pieces, but personally I like to snack it. So there we go. Last step, we'll add a little bit of water in the corners and on top, and that will really help to crispen it up once the water is evaporated. For now, let's keep it on the side. Okay, so here we have our beautiful pumpkin pie, savory, with our filo paste. What I want you to do, let's zoom in a little bit. So if you have a look here, look, can you hear that? This is crispy, it's juicy inside, it's perfect, lovely color, and it's not stuck at all. So we're gonna leave it to cool down, and a little bit later we can try. Also, it's really important the addition of the linseed seeds on the top, or sesame seeds if you want, because they're super crispy. Ooh, ooh, boy. So that was our pie. I hope you enjoyed, and quite simple, quite lovely, quite technical. Brings me back memories. My grandmother used to do pies like that all the time, either with spinach or cheese mostly. I don't think just that with pumpkin, maybe with zucchini, but either way, you can uh, change the base, the main ingredients. But if you keep all the rest, the all the olive oil and all the stuff. If you want, you can use any other butter. If you want, you can use butter. Sorry, any other fat. If you want, you can use butter, or is your choice really. The recipe again will be down below in the description or on our website yanniskalafats.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a lovely day.